How would you make bigger enemies?
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the morning show.
How you doing, George?
The Poseidon 69 on the console producing.
Oh, how you doing? Linktree/I am Poseidon or IamPoseidon.com. I have a website.
IamPoseidon.com. You can go check out his website.
Professional.
Patreon.com/Pantelis for all exclusive stuff. You can check out everything they're doing. A ton of shit going up there. Balabanos.com if you ever need a video or if you just want to check out what he does. And you can check out my stuff over at the Backstage Podcast or Just Us Dads. Welcome. It's a nice, beautiful morning today. It's not cold. It's not snowing. There's no slush. None of that disgusting stuff that we
Yes,
that
because
we
it's
saw.
cold.
I don't mind the cold. What I don't want is the snow, especially in the city. It gets disgusting, all slushy, and it's no good. You have the camera on you, don't you?
As soon as I twirled my mustache, he knew. I'm a mouse.
I'm like, there's nobody in their right mind that would be just fucking curling a mustache. Peach fuzz.
It's not peach fuzz, bro.
It's peachy fuzzy.
No, it's not. You're just hating.
Oh, yeah, I'm just hating.
You're hating, bro. You're hating.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the chat. Let's give a huge shout out to all the people following. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for tuning in to this fucking nonsense every single week. I still get surprised. I don't understand why.
Surprised at what? What do you get surprised at?
That people just tune in to watch us. I just don't get it.
What do you mean? You're a fucking sexy man, George. That's why they tune in. They want to see you take your shirt off.
No, it won't happen.
Anybody in the chat, if you want to see George take his shirt off, start tipping. Let's go. The more tips, the more he removes. Every tip
minimum $50 in the chat.
No, like 50 cents, bro.
50, that's it. That's all of them.
Patreon.com/Pantelis. You get exclusive shit, and that's how you support this motherfucking network. Yeah, network. I was gonna say program. This network. This is how you support it. Fucking go support balabanos.com from Phil stuff. He's a directeur. And George. Directeur.
In French, directeur is just like a.
But in French, it's actually régisseur. So yeah, George, what's your website? Oh, you don't have one.
I have two websites: justusdads.ca or thebackstagepod.com, or my name, my full name.com.
Yes. PantelisComedy.com as well for all Pantelis stuff.
There you go. You didn't go yesterday to Bordel,
nope.
The English one? I didn't go there either.
Because funny enough, on Patreon, I was live streaming my show In Bed with Poseidon, where you can only catch it live on patreon.com/Pantelis.
Only on patreon.com. How's that going?
It's going good. It slowly it's getting better.
Every morning, every Wednesday morning when we walk in here, the studio looks like a fucking mess. The chairs are upside down. There's stupid props on the table. Nobody cleans up here.
The props were left because this is the Christmas morning show. And the chairs are fine. They're not upside down. They're clearly upright.
Okay.
Look.
Are you doing anything for Christmas? Are you getting ready? Are you preparing anything?
I will be dressing up as Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus.
Yes.
And your girlfriend as Santa Claus?
No.
You're inversing the roles?
As Rudolph. And we're going to play out a kink where Mrs. Claus cheats on Santa Claus with Rudolph. He eats her ass so hard that her mouth starts glowing red.
Why? Like a simple question. Simple question to start off the morning on a light conversation. How's everything? A couple of days before Christmas. Are you getting ready? Are you getting prepared? I'm going to have my asshole licked by my girlfriend who's dressing up as Rudolph. I don't get it.
Okay, it's just a joke. None of that is going to happen. Just basic shit,
sure.
bro. We're going to go.
Yeah, let's go back. No, I was just joking. Nothing's happening. I was just
We're
joking.
going to go see family and stuff. That's it.
What's going on, man? You gotta do something about this.
I know. I could have been watching the fucking soccer game now, but instead of fucking here,
What soccer game are you watching?
It's the start of the second half of the season after the World Cup break. And
Speaking of World Cup, do you guys follow at all? Argentina,
bro,
what about that, eh?
You already know the answer to that. Why you guys? And the whole world. It's, did you guys follow it all? No. What is the World Cup? Do you explain to me what the World Cup is, sir? Yeah, we followed.
What
He didn't follow. He doesn't know.
Well, he
I
doesn't
didn't
care.
follow.
He hates South Americans, Africans. He hated everyone that was close to the final, so he didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? It's an impressive.
Doesn't care. Doesn't
I
care.
don't care.
Doesn't care.
Unless Greece is playing, I don't care.
Yeah, but dude, even if Greece is playing, the expectations are so low.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's support, bro.
Yeah, what do you mean
sure.
the expectations are low? Who could have assumed that an African nation was this close to winning their second World Cup in 4 years? You never know. You never know.
I was
Very
waiting
surprising.
for it.
What an exciting game, though. Honestly,
It was one of the best World Cup games, let's be honest. It was maddening.
after the 70th minute, obviously, because before that it was just all Argentina.
But it's still soccer. That's the part of the
That's
game.
the whole thing, yeah, man. In a minute, anything can change.
Just posting that we're live so people know.
Yeah, you do that.
We're live.
And I hate it when these games end in penalty shots. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Too much stress for you. You can't handle that.
It's not that. It's just I just find it unfair. I was cheering for Argentina just because I wanted Messi to win that World Cup. Like the only thing probably missing. And I was like, and I reached the point where I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't care. Even if France wins, as long as it doesn't end in penalty shootouts, it's just the most unfair thing I find. I don't know. Just end the thing in regulation time or extra time, and that's it. You know. I feel bad for these players when
But it's
when it gets the penalty shootout. I'm like, oh, come on.
But it's different rules for World Cup. That's the thing, no?
No, why would no?
Why would it?
What's
What do
different?
you mean?
Well, because you're talking about implementing. Never mind, forget it.
No, I was just hoping that it would just end, that it wouldn't get
what
to
are
the
you talking
penalties.
about? He just said, I wish it didn't go to penalties. And then you're like, there's different rules in the World Cup. What is that? What's
Oh, never mind. No, because usually it goes to like plus 5 minutes or whatever.
No, it's 2 extra periods.
Yeah, 2 extra periods of 5 minutes each.
It always does that.
But World Cup, I think, do they have it in the World Cup?
It's 15,
It's
right?
Two. It's always 2 15-minute halves of extra time.
Oh, okay. No, because sometimes the rules vary.
No, they don't.
Oh,
The only
When was
difference
it?
is
When
that
was
in
it?
the league you could get a tie. That's the only difference.
Was there? Did I
they
dream
won't
this,
do
or
extra half
did I
time.
dream this, or was there a time where the because in soccer the extra time you have to complete the whole thing?
Yeah. It used to be. It used to have for one time we had silver goal, which is if you end the first half ahead, you don't play the second half.
Right.
That's how Greece got through the semifinals when they beat Czech Republic. They scored in the first half of extra time,
Right,
so they didn't do a second half. Then before that, they used to have golden goal, which is you're playing the extra time.
You score, you win.
Once you score during the extra time, the other
That's
team
what
doesn't
I
have a
remember.
chance to
That's what I was
catch
gonna
up.
say. That
Which-
sucks in soccer.
That's how it used to be, but that's fucked up.
No, before that there was the whole time, and then they switched it to the golden goal.
Golden goal is it was the standard for a while, but it's the most heartbreaking thing.
I'm glad they changed that.
Yeah, the way it is now is the best. You have 2 halves, even if you get scoring, you can still come back, and a lot of teams do.
Yeah.
We saw it.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And then again, if you can't get separated, then fuck, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there forever. Penalties.
God damn, that sucks. And especially at that, like the cup is on the line, and those 2 guys that missed from France. Well, one guy shot got stopped, the other guy just missed the net completely. Like
Bro, I'm
imagine
watching team drama right now, bro. It's fucking.
what the hell is team drama?
like drama around my team.
Oh,
So, because my favorite player of all time, Vasilis Tsiatas, very controversial.
why?
woke people don't like him. They call him a racist and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I like this guy already.
Because because he'll say well, I don't know all the like, I'm always asking, I go, what else did he say, but nobody ever tells me. Like he'll say stuff like when they were showing like all the different players, they did a mural at the airport and they had like old like the women that used to fight in the War of Independence, all those, this and that, and then at the end they had Yanni de Tucumbo. So then he goes like, look guys, Yanni's fun, this and that, but can we put like a real Greek there, like because of the history? He goes, you have like people that are fighting for the War of Independence, and then the next best thing is Adesokumbo, and then people are like, you fucking racist, so they keep calling him racist.
Yeah, because you also have big athletes, right? I mean, what about the Euro
He
Cup
said that too. He
champions?
said
They
even though
put
he
them.
won the Euro Championship in 2004, he says even though I won,
Oh,
it,
he
you
was
don't-
on that team?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I didn't know.
Sartas is the reason why we made it there. But he's like, we don't, you don't have to put us, but there's like us. Like he's just saying stuff, and then everyone's woke now, so they all panic, so they overact. So then I see him now, he's feuding on Instagram because like, you see this woman works for the team, and she does. She's the woman that let me go into the stadium. I know her. She's the PR person. And he's like, look how what she told me. And she wrote from her official account. She told him, go eat Mitsutaki's asshole.
This is the PR girl.
That's funny.
And I was like, goddamn, why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to do that?
That's so funny.
I love Greeks.
No, but that it comes from the PR person, the one person that should understand what messages should go out and what shouldn't. Go eat the prime minister's ass.
Yeah,
That's
look.
amazing.
That's so fucking funny.
That's so funny. That's
And
really funny.
just so people understand how fucking retarded it is in Greece, one of the other Greek teams yesterday, they got destroyed in a friendly. It was a friendly game against another team, 7-0. So the coach during the press conference, he's like, yeah, fuck this team. I'm out of here. I'm not coaching these losers again. He goes, I'm tired of this shit, 7-0. And then today it's like, this is what the official statement
I'm
was.
not coaching these.
Today the official statement was he's still gonna coach. It was just a fit of Greek rage in the moment. No other country are you gonna like when Canada hockey, when the scandal happened with the rapes, they weren't like, it was a fit of Canadian horniness. Don't worry, like that doesn't happen in any other country. Don't explain it.
like when Patrick Roy fucking quit the Canadians.
Yeah, it was
Imagine
a
saying,
fit of Quebec
no,
rage.
I was just having a little fit. Don't worry, he's back. Everything is
Quebec
fine.
rage. Quebec rage. It happens to everyone. Oh, I want to thank people who came out last night. Sold out show at the Bordel.
I saw.
It's getting bigger and bigger every week. And the funny thing is because it's between the holidays, right? So I thought it was going to be the lowest attendance in the shows. So sitting upstairs, and then a friend of mine texted me. She's like, "Yeah, we can't get in." I was like, "How come?" They're like, "It's sold out." I was like, "Oh fuck," because I had also had the guest list, and I forgot to warn them about all the guest lists. So they hadn't even taken into consideration the guest lists.
Oh no!
I was like, holy fucking shit. So I ran downstairs to look, and yeah, it was sold out. And what's crazy is normally I ask how many people are francophones, how many people are anglophones, and it's like 95% francophones. Yesterday it was like 70-30.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, it's building up. We're building a
Fucking
scene.
hell.
And it was a great show.
Yeah.
People had a great time.
I'm gonna look to see if I can.
But they don't let, sorry to interrupt you, they don't let people just come in like standing room kind of thing. Like there's a bar, like let them stand.
No. You have to have like your, because or else it gets too cluttered. Like unless it's like a big show. Like let's say me, I'm doing my hour, and then people want the hype. The hype is then they'll let you stand. No, they it's a fucking place of business. You gotta sit and enjoy the show, bro. Sometimes you can stand in the back.
smaller than the other bordel.
I think it's a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, Bordel too. But they could always find chairs. They accommodate last minute, but it was fun. It was a crazy fun show. It's something to do Tuesday nights. A lot of people tell me this is my thing Tuesday nights. Like I come here with my wife or my girlfriend. And this
That's
is our
amazing.
thing. Yeah, it's a fun fucking night. Yeah. Anyways, tonight, Comfort Zone.
Yes.
Comfort
I
Zone
forgot to
live
promote
on
it.
YouTube, or get your tickets to come watch us on Crescent Street. That show is you should come take photos tonight. We need official
Yeah,
photographers.
I don't know if I
of
could. I'll
Comfort
try.
Zone.
I'll
You
try.
better
No, you
fucking
have to,
try.
you have to.
You
I'll
have to
try
come.
and make it. I might be
Comfort
working
Zone
late, though.
is retarded. I think I'm going to start releasing the audios as a podcast. Comfort Zone is something else. We're going to have another roast battle tonight.
How does it get out of control, man? You guys, you have no control over who comes up. Like you don't choose. Look at me.
I
Like
don't.
anyone just comes
I don't
up.
have any. I mean, if I wanted to, I guess I have executive control, but I don't exercise my authority. I go there. Josh organizes everything. Like his job there is to produce, like, do all the technical shit. So he focuses on that. Josh focuses on organizing the show, and I go there and I judge people. That's it.
Are these
Something
aspiring?
he's very good at.
But are these guys aspiring stand-up comics or?
I love the timing.
I have to take this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, are these aspiring comics or they're just anyone? Just
No, aspiring. We're not gonna have anyone on stages. They're normally open micers or actual comics. Like we have sets from comedians or open micers. That's mostly it. And we have like a lottery spot where someone who's like an open micer's only done a few spots, he might get picked or she might get picked, and they could do like a 3-minute set. And we don't bother them. We just let them do it. Normally they bomb.
Yeah. Bomb in the good sense or bad?
There's no good sense of bombing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah, I bombed, bro. Like, isn't that like a good thing?
If you're Russian and you're fighting the Ukrainians, maybe. Yo, shout out to Canadian comedian Mike Bullard. He cared so much about what was going on in the Ukraine, he actually flew down there to help. So he's down there. He's been there for a while, helping in like shelters and doing all kinds of shit. So, goddamn, you know how people, they talk a lot, but they don't do shit?
Yeah.
He actually felt strongly about this, so he went and did something.
So he's just helping with whatever they need.
Whatever they need, but he's there in shelters. There's bombs going off close to him. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, it's super depressing. Like he's tweeting, he has photos. It's really, it's something. It's something.
It must be
Mike Bullard.
Yeah, it must be a crazy situation down there, honestly. I don't know if you guys saw the Netflix thing.
They said my camera froze.
Again,
I don't know what
the camera keeps freezing.
I don't know, Poseidon.
Yeah, your camera's frozen here.
I was doing the intellectuals here the other day. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's weird. It happened on In Bed also. And it doesn't, the deactivate, reactivate doesn't work for some reason.
Sexy.
You saw the Letterman, my next guest thing that he has there on Netflix. He went to Ukraine.
I don't watch that shit. It's propaganda.
It's not bad. It's really well done. It is. He had Zelensky, and they did the whole interview like in an underground like metro station or whatever.
That's so stupid.
And it was crazy. At some point, a siren goes off, and it's fucked up,
Fake, bro. That's a bit too fake. Like it's too convenient. Like we're doing the siren, go. I gotta go. Come on.
No, he didn't have to go. They're like, oh, did you hear the siren? The siren's going off. Something is about to happen, or they're suspecting something.
Feels
But anyways,
fake. It feels phony as shit, dude.
look, one thing's for sure, whether it's phony or not,
No, but it is, all that shit is phony. The Times, man, like all that shit is too, like you can't take it. There's a serious thing happening, and you can't take it serious when they push this much. Like Hollywoodness into it.
Look,
it's fucking weird.
look,
they gave him an Oscar. Sean Penn went. Yeah, Sean Penn went there and gave him.
he
an
gave
Oscar.
him his Oscar.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's stupid though.
It's all dumb, bro. It feels weird.
No, that's stupid.
It is getting a little weird. Oh, he was apparently upset about the World Cup
What was he upset?
because they didn't. They gave them a message to broadcast to the world for Ukraine, and they didn't play it. And they're like, "Yo, this is insane! It's the World Cup. We're not going to do that." And he was very upset.
Fuck him, bro. What is he? The president of the world? Fuck him, bro. Negotiate better. Stop fucking around. This is what happens.
He's taken advantage of all these international platforms. Like, I mean, look, whether you like it or not, the guy, and I don't really blame him because it's Ukraine. They've already gotten neglected back when Russia annexed Crimea.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? We need to
I like Ukrainians. I don't like Zelensky at all.
The guy, he's taken advantage of any form he can to attract attention because he definitely doesn't want people to forget about what's happening over there. In fact, speaking of him, he's coming. He's going to be coming to the U.S. I think.
Oh, he's on tour. All right, that's cool.
I think he's coming to Washington today, Wednesday, because Congress is about to pass.
That's
a
stupid
package.
1.7 trillion.
No, they're about to pass a $45 billion aid, an emergency aid to Ukraine.
Yeah.
So
How much? Sorry.
45 billion.
Should just
45
spend
billion.
Should just bought Twitter.
And so he's coming, I guess, I don't know, to speak to Congress before they
that's
vote. I don't know.
insane.
He's trying to kind of, move the needle a bit. I don't know. Not that people aren't going to vote in favor of it, but
But it's not an aid. It's a anyways, whatever.
what is it?
It's a proxy war at this point. Like they're just
But
spending.
your sentence doesn't make sense. It's not
No?
aid. It's a proxy war. It's two different ideas.
no,
That's
I
like
know,
me
but
saying-
it's not. It's
Bro,
not,
that's not a soccer ball, bro. I'm thirsty. Like they don't make any sense. They could
Yeah.
both be accurate, but they don't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I know, but we know. Anyways,
Proxy war, probably, because.
Well, it is a
know,
proxy war. It's the United States versus Russia in another country.
And there's a lot of hypocrisy, because we know that there's all this aid going into Ukraine, whether it's Canadian, American, European, whatever it is.
Yeah,
in
this
arms.
is Russia versus the world.
And when there were I think last week or 2 weeks ago they launched from a drone. They did a drone attack on Russian territory or on some air bases, and then suddenly the word went out that, oh look, if those are American missiles, this is an act of war. You're attacking, the whole NATO thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this whole time, it's been almost a year, Ukraine is being held by all these partners, but nothing's happening. The minute they attack Russia, oh no, it's NATO. Dude, the reason you're fucking losing this war in Ukraine is because these guys are getting
because you're not fighting the Ukraine.
Incredible help. Exactly.
Yeah, you're fighting everyone else,
You know, they're being trained by professional military. They're
being trained also by our best TikTokers. Have you seen the Ukrainian military TikTok dances?
No.
Oh, I saw that one.
Bro, they're getting some good choreography. I gotta admit, we're sending our best. Yeah. What about negotiating for peace? No, that's not.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
It's just people dying. Who gives a shit?
It's not going to happen.
It's giving very 1984 vibes. Dying is fun. War is fun.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that they've reached a point right now where neither he nor Putin can actually abandon, because Putin, he needs this, right? He can't come out wrong in this situation. So he's going to go as long as he has to. And this guy, the whole purpose of his, argument in Ukraine is that we need help. Well, we need help to beat Russian aggression, and he won't stand down until they get all their territory back. And everyone's like, "Listen, dude, no chance in hell that you're gonna get Crimea back. The Russians aren't gonna back that down. Like, it has to get really ugly for Russia to say, fuck it, take it all back. We made a mistake."
By then they're gonna nuke us.
Who knows what's gonna happen? So the unfortunate thing in this situation is that this conflict is probably going to last a lot longer than we thought, which is sad.
Yeah, well, we don't want to negotiate. Didn't we already say? Didn't everybody say they don't want to negotiate?
Well, the Americans, Canadians, or the international community, they can't negotiate on behalf of Ukraine the minute that Ukraine doesn't want to concede.
Right, but they could fight on behalf of Ukraine.
They're like, listen, we're here to support you, but we can't
We're
negotiate.
here to support you, but not with any ideas that would save your people from dying. That's fucking crazy.
It's like me. It's like me telling you, look, what do you need for your studio, dude? I'll help you. You want panels? You want microphones? Let me support you. Get your business, but. You want to negotiate with your landlord on your rent? It's not my business.
Can you go give my
yours.
rent check to the landlord? You're like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that shit. Do you want me to drill a hole in your wall?
Yeah, that's between you and him. But if you need any other kind of support, we're here to help you build and support you. Kind of thing.
Disgusting.
Look, what's disgusting is that people are dying, and it sucks both for Ukrainians and Russians.
Let me show you what's really disgusting. Bring on my Twitter, Poseidon. There was a woman that I retweeted in this holiday season. Miami Airport.
I heard about this.
She was at the terminal.
I had a fucked up experience once at Miami Airport.
So did she. I would like to show you and the viewers at home. This is what our airport staff has to deal with. So this is a generational problem, I believe. I believe people are childish kids right now. People are big babies. They throw tantrums when shit doesn't go their way. And let's take a look at this lovely young lady who's dressed.
She works at the airport, or she was just at the airport?
She was at the airport. She was flying. She's dressed like she's about to go to the gym, but when you look at her, you're like, she's never been in the gym.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, hold on, bro.
There we go. There's my girl.
Oh, my God.
Just make it full screen, Poseidon, put the volume on. Look at the poor guy with the antlers.
Poor guy's thinking, it's Christmas. Let's bring some cheer to...
She threw a thing at the antler, dude.
Damn.
Look, in all fairness, we don't know what the backstory is.
Oh, yes, we do. So she's yelling, "Find my turn." It's children, she's trying to say. So her two kids walked away from her at the terminal. Who wouldn't walk away from this fucking this lady? So she got mad at everyone except herself for losing her kids, and she was yelling and breaking stuff, saying, "Find my children."
It's
your job to find my. Her kids walked away, and this is inside the. They couldn't have gone far. It's not like they could leave. You know what I mean?
The amount of time you're wasting when you can actually be running around looking for
instead of she
actually asking like
she refused to go past the 4 feet of where she was sitting. She just got up and went and started yelling at them at the terminal. Okay. Find them, and here are their like you should find them because you have their boarding pass, so you could locate them by laser. I don't know what the fuck was going on in her head. A normal parent would be running around going to the local store, like the store next door.
Are you fucking kidding me? No shit, man.
Yeah, and then she got arrested. Luckily, the kids made it up.
Because now she can help her kids by being arrested. What a dumb bitch.
Yeah. But the problem with this society is that one minor inconvenience.
I often think about what I'd do if I'd lost my kids, like in a shopping center. Like, I'd go fucking crazy, dude. I'd go fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I understand the losing your kids part, like I'd be going hysterical as well.
Because you guys don't think about the kids. Fucking, it's a good trade for them.
No, but
like,
my first reflex.
Hold on, it seems like a weird reaction. Like I'd be running around asking for help.
Well, no,
like, hey, and then I'd be running around looking for the kids.
Seem like a weird reaction.
Reflex number one is to get whichever security officer's there and advise everyone to just shut the fucking doors everywhere. Close all the fucking doors everywhere.
Yeah,
nobody's
not
going out.
The staff.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nobody's going out,
and you're not even running around. You're dressed like an athlete, but you're not running around to look for your kids. You're just standing there, you're like, ha ha ha.
But I have friends that have worked in retail, and they told me that that's standard protocol. Like when someone comes and says, like, I lost my kid, like immediately the doors close. Nobody comes in, nobody goes out.
Really?
Yeah. So the first thing to do, you just find whoever you think is in charge of anything that has a walkie-talkie or any
antlers.
Communication device.
In her defense, like, who's this reindeer?
She was confused. She's like,
this humanoid reindeer.
Hey, Rudolph.
outside or inside now? What's happening?
Kids love you. Go find my kids, Rudolph.
It's funny how much you could tell about a person through the attire they rock in an airport. Like that's not airport attire, bro.
Yeah.
You got to touch those dirty seats with your shoulders exposed. This woman's not thinking about her health.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the antlers.
No, the antlers was fine. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. I feel bad for that because you're so goofy because the antlers, they can't take you serious. They're like, ma'am, you need to calm down. I'm a person of authority. Like, shut up, Rudolph. Found my turn. That's another thing. She kept yelling. I thought it was in another country at first. Because I was like, turn. I'm like, shit, fucking asking for sperm.
Find my turn. And I'm like, oh, she's probably been waiting there for poor girl.
Yeah, and then people are like, no, she was saying children, but she's like, I'm not going to say the whole
Find
word.
my turn.
What if I say children? Children, you're going to get what I'm saying.
Children,
Yeah.
my children.
Yeah, so I was like, Jesus Christ. Man.
I can't remember what mall we were at with my wife once a couple years ago. And there was this lady, obviously she was the grandmother. She was a bit older and she had a little kid with her. And she lost the other kid that she had. And she was just yelling everywhere. I felt so bad for her.
Lost.
No, the little kid was crying too. She was like, Ada. And they were fucking panicking. They were
scary,
running
bro.
around. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck, it's the
I-
scariest thing, dude.
Kids get kidnapped all the time.
I'm sure, whether they do or not, I mean, it's fucking scary.
No, I could confirm. Poseidon,
Yes.
you've done any kidnapping recently?
About 2
Kids get
last
kidnapped
week.
all the time. Kids get kidnapped all the time.
No, but I've known people.
There's a joke here coming.
But I know people who have been kidnapped.
You know people that have been kidnapped?
Yeah, of course. He's the one who kidnapped him.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
I have a cousin that she was kidnapped. I'm not gonna go into more details because we're on air. But
You've
anyways.
gone into more details on air repeatedly.
I have?
Yeah,
So
you
wait,
said on
just-
air that she got cummed on in the face.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah. So basically, she got
Okay,
kidnapped.
we don't-
and they found
Yeah,
her.
it's
They
not-
found her in the forest. Yeah,
Yeah.
but she
Jizz on
wasn't
her.
hurt. She wasn't hurt. No,
But there was jizz on her.
yeah. She's older than me. This cousin.
Yeah.
So it's impossible that I could have kidnapped her.
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't
I
him.
just want to clarify.
It was probably a stranger. All he did was ejaculate on her.
Yeah.
But she was like 40, so it was
Yeah.
She was 40.
No, she was 8.
8. That's way younger than what I thought in my head.
That's
Yeah.
so stupid.
This is a real story. He already said this before. He's not
Dude,
making it up.
it's so frustrating. I can't stand these stories, man. I can't.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
fucking
So you gotta
fuck
keep
me
your
up.
eye on. Bro, people are animals. Keep your eye on these
Yeah.
kids, and buy guns. So speaking of guns, your man Trudeau.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your man
yeah, we're
Trudeau,
gonna talk about this.
A couple things. Number one, he did an interview with Terry DeMonte.
Oh yeah, that annual
Yeah,
thing.
he
they
does
do,
it every year, so he's not opposed to doing stuff. He was in town with our good friend Francois Legault.
Yeah. I won't talk about that later. Yeah.
And he says, "Any questions for me?" I said, "Yeah, bro. Why are you running away? Why are you scared of the podcast?" He once again ran away, refused to answer my question. He was in town. He went to Olympico, refused to do the podcast. Very scared of podcasts, your man. And then he tweeted something. He said, and I don't Poseidon, I don't own a gun. However, what he tweeted was, all we're trying to do is get rid of any hunting gun that is too dangerous in any other context outside of hunting, which is a sentence that doesn't make any sense because any gun
I was about to say that.
out of the context of hunting would be dangerous.
Fucking slingshot, bro. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Bro.
If you're not, if you're pointing it at your head, but that is such a weird, goofy statement. I was like, "Fuck!" Now you're just gonna get anyone like.
So what is he saying?
I
Is
feel
it-
like it's vague on like that
It's
on
vague
purpose.
on
though.
purpose so that you like. So why are you stopping us from having, I don't know, like you said, a slingshot or whatever, a gun, like a.
I'll go
like
with
a
my bow and
rifle?
arrow.
Yeah, like, well, because outside of hunting, it's dangerous.
Do you remember
But
what-
everything is, that's like saying a car outside of driving on the fucking street is dangerous. Of
Hey.
course it is. If I go on the
Hey.
sidewalk, it's super dangerous. But you can't say we can't have cars because outside of the street context, they could fucking kill people.
Did you know, George, a kitchen knife outside of the kitchen
It could be dangerous.
could be dangerous.
It could be.
Yeah, that's
Could be
crazy.
dangerous.
So I'm like, why is he doing this? Is he trying to get people to fight? Because I'm not even part of the gun lobby, and I saw that and I was like, oh, this is bait.
Did Terry DeMonte ask him about that?
No, he doesn't get.
It's
into
more on a
politics.
friendly thing, right?
Yeah, that's why he'll never do my fucking podcast because he's scared of the real questions.
You know, they had a meeting yesterday with François Legault, which was a meeting that they postponed from last Friday because there was snow and he couldn't make it. Meanwhile, the fucking guy, if you see, anyway, he's been places while snowing. Okay, he's the prime minister. They can completely stop all traffic from anywhere so that he can be the only car. You know, like there's ways to do that.
I don't mind though. I get it. Sometimes you're there, it's snowing outside. You're like, "Ugh, I don't want to go out.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm the prime minister. I could take a day
So
off.
anyway, so they met yesterday, and there were a few things that they spoke about. One, the whole issue on irregular migrants coming in from Roxham Road in Quebec, and there's an issue.
Irregular as opposed to the regular ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, because there's a lot of obviously they don't say illegal migrants anymore. They're irregular because they're coming in.
But we're just changing the words around. It's the same thing.
It's
You
the same
came in
thing.
illegally. Like I don't understand.
They're coming in illegally. Anyways, so the problem here with Quebec is that ever since this started, which was back in 2014ish, around there with Donald Trump, they're coming in Quebec. Quebec obviously has no choice but to accept him. Now, it could be different if Canada were to renegotiate that deal, because normally, if you're seeking asylum or refugee status, you do it on the first safe country that you arrive in. And since they're coming from the U.S., they should be claiming refugee
In the United States of America. Yeah.
So, but back then there was that whole negotiation between the NAFTA agreement and all this other bullshit. So they didn't really want to rock the boat. Nothing happened. So they all just kept coming in through Quebec. So Quebec was taking them in. Obviously, it's the humanitarian thing to do. Problem is that it takes over 2 years for those for that paperwork to be processed, not in Quebec, in Ottawa, because they're responsible for this stuff. Meanwhile, while they're waiting for the paperwork to be completed, Quebec has to take care of their healthcare, their education, social services, lodging. You can't leave them out on
All
the fucking
things
streets.
we're not good at.
Well, not only that you're not good at, one, do you have the space? And secondly, do you have the money? I remember back in 2014, Justin Trudeau had promised Quebec that he was going to send money to help Quebec take care of these migrants. Never happened. So that was a topic of conversation. Like, listen, either you help us fucking take care of them, or in the over 30,000 that come in every year, take some and distribute them across Canada in other provinces. Let's divide the load over here.
Let's divide the load. So human beings, you son of a bitch.
So anyway, so that was one thing that they spoke about. And of course, there's never any answers in these meetings, right? Oh, we're going to look into it, and we're going to collaborate with Quebec, and we're going to take. We want concrete, fucking tangible answers, man. Like, what's going to happen? Are you going to give us the money that you owe us for the hundreds of millions of dollars that Quebec has spent taking care of these people?
Yeah, we're not going to see that money.
So that's number one. Number two, the whole thing about the French language. They both agree that French language needs to be supported. Obviously, there's a separate bill being passed in Ottawa. It passed, obviously, in Quebec. We know that. The problem now is that François Legault, in the last election in October, said that he's capping immigration at 50,000, and that 50,000 people that are going to be accepted in Quebec are going to have to be speaking French no matter what. Okay?
Like when they come already, they have to.
Yeah, they need to
Now,
know
here's
French.
the problem with that. Not all of these people will come, let's say, from France, who also not a good country, but most of the French-speaking world is what Donald Trump would say comes from shitty countries. Isn't that what he said?
Shithole.
Shithole countries.
Whole countries, yeah.
So that is a problem. Shouldn't you just want the best and let them learn? Like, shouldn't you want the best Japanese scientists, the best Chinese? Shouldn't you want the best? Because if you're like, I just want you to speak French, that's just a language. Homeless people could speak a language. You don't want that. This is crazy. This is going to fuck us, set us back.
It's very dumb. It's very dumb. But in addition to that, because Justin Trudeau wants to bring in more immigrants, there's I can't remember what it's called. There's an actual policy that was put in place a number of years ago where they want to reach 100 million Canadians by 2035, something like that.
What?
The population of Canada. They want to go from 35 million to 100 million in the next 15, 20 years, something like that.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
That's lunacy. Why don't we talk about that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
I'm trying to think what it's called.
That's like they want to up us by like 3 times.
Yeah, I can't remember what the policy is called, but whatever.
I think it's too fast.
Of course. What do you mean you think it's too fast? It's absurd.
I think it should be done over 50 years.
3 times the population.
Yeah.
You should calm the fuck down. That's way too much, bro.
No, but we're a very big country.
Think of it this way. Yeah, Canada's,
Size-wise, but we don't have cities everywhere.
That's true.
well, you got to populate your regions. That's the
Why? For who? Why don't we just go slowly and let nature take its course? Why the fuck would we force it?
Well, because nobody wants to have kids here.
I know there's a policy. Fuck, the name slips. But anyways,
But
so-
you see what you just said? No one wants to have kids here, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we take care of the people we have now? We make it economically viable for them to have kids and let Canada slowly grow back the economy. Because right now, what's the point of having more people come in here with kids if nobody can afford to eat? If
I agree
lettuce
with
is
you.
$17.
I agree with you.
It's just going to cause more
small,
problems.
Small parenthesis. In 2008, here in Quebec,
government.
It doesn't make any sense.
Jean
I know.
Charest had come out with a policy where he was subsidizing families that had over 3 kids.
But even that, 'cause-
Little initiative there.
No, it's not. No,
Go
I know
have
you.
kids, we'll send you
I
more
know you
money.
like Charest, but I'll tell you why it's a stupid move. It's a good move if the economy is going well, but it's a stupid move in the sense that you're incentivizing people to have more kids, so there's more mouths to feed in a country that the economy isn't doing well, and lettuce costs $17. It doesn't make any sense. You have to deal with those problems first, and naturally, if people have more expendable income, if they're able to buy a home, they're gonna have kids because now they don't have the stress of how am I gonna bring kids here? I can't even eat. You get it?
Yeah.
But we're not solving. We're putting fucking bandages, and then the whole thing's gonna come crumbling down. Everyone's gonna be, how did that happen? We took in so many refugees. Yeah, but bro, you're just bringing people into a shitty situation. How's that gonna fucking help?
So look, I don't know if it's linked with that policy, but Justin Trudeau wants Quebec to take over 110,000 immigrants.
And I want Justin Trudeau to go fuck himself,
every
bro.
year.
Are we gonna meet in the middle somewhere?
So there's a big problem, obviously, in Quebec. Legault's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? No way. Not only that, the fact that he's imposing the number of immigrants that Quebec is going to take in. First of all, it's completely Quebec's jurisdiction. So Ottawa has absolutely no business in there at all. But I just feel that Justin Trudeau, he's trying to gain some ground because in addition to that, Quebec, as well as the other provinces across Canada, are asking for more transfer funds for their healthcare.
I get it.
So they want upwards of, I think, 35 billion or something like that. Each province. For
Every
the-
province wants to buy Twitter.
They should just give it
Justin Trudeau's
they should just give it to Ukraine instead. bro.
Justin Trudeau's problem with that is that, listen, I don't want to give you money if you don't show me your metrics. How are you spending that money? Where is it going? And if,
Hold on. Let's play that role reverse, bro. Because I'd love to do the same fucking thing, dickhead.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
How the turntables have
so that's
turned.
the first thing, which is fucking hypocritical completely. But the second thing is, if you take a look at Quebec's health department, how is it even possible to fucking account for everything? You go into a hospital, then you're transferred to another one, then they bring you to a long-term care. Like, it's such a complex ecosystem. How do you even start putting down metrics so you can justify to Ottawa, this is what we need and this is where we need to spend it? It's fucking almost impossible, right? Just give us the fucking money with a guarantee that it will be spent in the healthcare department, and not that it's not given unconditionally like it was for the daycares. I don't know if you guys remember that a couple years ago. Just Trudeau gave
Scandal.
Trudeau gave $6 billion
Unconditionally.
for it was supposed to be for the daycares, but they negotiated with Legault that it was going to be given unconditionally. It never went to the fucking daycares.
There you go.
Meanwhile, there's 50,000 families on waiting lists
And by
waiting
the
for
way,
their kid to get into daycares.
If you go back, we talked about this when it first happened on the show. I believe you and Phil were very excited. You're like, this is amazing. You remember this? When it was first getting passed? That they were going to pay for it. You were telling me the price of daycare and how amazing this is for parents. And
No,
shit.
what he wanted to do, Justin Trudeau wanted to implement what we have here in Quebec across Canada. Okay?
He wanted to implement corruption and racism all across the.
And it happened.
already exists, by
It
the way.
happened. It passed, which is a good thing, I think, across Canada, because we've been benefiting from this, and it's amazing for families with kids to have subsidized daycares. It's a great
Just
thing.
because we're smarter than them doesn't mean that we should be nice to them.
But because we already had that implemented in Quebec, Justin Trudeau says, "Well, look, you guys already have it. I'm not going to fucking fund you." And that's where the whole battle happened. And Legault negotiating goes, "No, we want our share." And Judah's like,
We're
okay.
just not going to spend it on daycare.
Exactly. But we need it here. So what the fuck, dude? Just put in the daycare systems. Anyway, whole other story. What else did they talk about yesterday? The health transfers, the language. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So at the end of the day, nothing, we don't know what's going to happen. It was just for show, right? It was cameras were there, took a couple clips. They walked into Cafe Olimpico, had a little coffee. What's going to happen? I don't know.
At the end, we're going to lose. Now, let me tell you guys something. I've got some news for you. Number one, many of my teachers in high school owe me an apology. Turns out, JFK was assassinated by the CIA.
What?
Oh, who's not a conspiracy theorist now? Fuck you,
But
too.
whoever doubted that.
Is this confirmed?
Whoever doubted that is what I said. Is what kind of an adult person was living their life this whole time? Actually, Poseidon knows one. We'll talk about him after. Who's been thinking like it's just a magic bullet? That's how bullets work. It just goes everywhere. It just fucking turns around and kills everyone. Anyways,
I've seen the Seinfeld episode.
yeah, the spit. It was pretty obvious, right? So now that these files are leaking, the CIA still has a couple that they refuse to disclose, obviously, because they're fucking guilty of killing the president of the United fucking States.
Yeah.
So this quelled by the news media. They're not talking about this. So number one, yeah, the CIA. I've been saying this for years. So whatever. The CIA killed JFK.
They
We
released the
already know it.
documents.
Okay, but I'm not getting into this with you, Poseidon. Look it up.
Not
And
all
the
the
FBI, the
documents,
Twitter
yeah.
files now, the FBI, another problem. So the FBI was responsible for not only promoting propaganda during these last couple of years, threatening and paying off Twitter, they also suppressed that Hunter Biden story. The FBI affected the elections.
Really?
So as much as we like to make fun of good old Orange
So
Man.
this is coming out from what? Twitter files?
Yeah. As much as we like to make fun of Orange Man, he was right. This was a fucked up election. But the only thing I'm saying is the asterisk is I guarantee you every election has been fucking fraudulent.
Well,
that's another
When you're
story.
dealing with a population of over 300 million people, I mean,
The FBI not only censored that, the FBI was censoring jokes, and they were emailing Twitter about certain jokes they didn't like.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
This
do you want me to
is-
bring up the list?
The plot is a thing. A list of what?
The jokes they didn't like.
We're not gonna look through the Twitter files. It took me forever to fucking read this shit.
Oh, shit. Okay.
you actually took the time, bro.
Well, yeah, why? But this is an interesting thing. This is huge. This is huge. This is crazy. People don't realize how huge it is. Why? Because the mainstream media is doing this. They're just fucking putting blinders on purpose because they're very complicit. Because a lot of them were also getting fleeced, paid,
Of course.
and coerced into not saying or saying certain things.
The only thing I feel bad about is that if you don't get paid, then they'll kill you. Like, that's the choice. That's the only thing I feel bad about.
So I will tell you something right now, Poseidon. You already know where I stand on this. I've been saying it for years. We'll start with the CIA. For those of you who don't know, I wrote about this in university. I wrote a paper called The Men Behind the Man. And it was a great paper about American history and the people that actually run the country. And it would seem to an uneducated majority that it was fiction. It was 100% correct. I had all my sources. I said, look, these are clear lines. I will tell you what happened with JFK. So JFK that's John F. Kennedy.
By the way,
For those of you who don't know, Fitzgerald. He was the last
That's a
real
cool name.
president of the United States. The reason why I say the last real president of the United States is because he actually tried to take a dramatic turn into helping America become independent again. How? Through the economy. So America, much like Canada, doesn't run its own currency. The Federal Reserve isn't actually federal. It's a whole independent thing. It's complete nonsense. So what he said was, he goes, look, our money's worthless because it's not really our money and it's not worth anything. So we need to go to a standard since somehow our fucking gold has disappeared. That's something for another time. We're not in charge of our gold anymore. We will set the silver standard. We're going to have a new dollar. We're going to set a silver standard. There's an executive order that he passed. You could look it up. I had it in my essay. He had an actual executive order that he passed to institute a silver standard and get rid of the Federal Reserve. Then they shot him in the head. You know who else was shot in the head when he didn't want to comply with the central banks?
Lincoln.
Lincoln too. Big fan of the greenback. Big fan of independent real currency. You know what happened to him? He was shot in the fucking face.
Assassinated.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, you don't play with these mobsters' monies. And if you don't believe that they'll go to these lengths, there's a documentary out there. I believe it's called Diary of an Economic Hitman. Have you seen this?
no.
These are fucking crazy. They tell you what these people do. They go around the world. Some of them talk about their own experiences. Bro, they institute coups. They overthrow governments based on, no, you're going to play ball with us. And they're like, no. Like, how deep are you going to go into this? They'll fucking kill their families. They'll put out hit pieces on them. It is insane. So all this to say, the CIA killed John F. Kennedy, which we already knew. And at the time, George Bush Sr. was in the CIA. And he found himself in Dallas during that time.
Wasn't he the head of the CIA?
We can't talk about it because at the time, there was a lot of vagary. So the CIA wouldn't, you know how now we have like, this guy's the head of the CIA? At the time, it was very vague the way they would run shit. They were very like, we don't know who's really, we fucking know. We know now, but you're not allowed to say it. Same thing with the FBI. The FBI was like, we know nothing. We didn't say anything about Twitter. We never suppressed information. Now the Twitter files come out. Their emails
it? It was Hoover,
of the FBI
no?
sending it. Edgar Hoover.
Have you seen the movie with Leo DiCaprio? Have you seen the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
He plays Hoover?
No.
Oh my God, what a good movie.
I like DiCaprio though. I'm a DiCaprio guy. What's it called?
I think, fuck, I don't even know. Hoover, I think it's called Hoover or J. Edgar or I don't know.
No, the CIA never, the CIA hasn't officially talked about the moon or anything. Many people believe that the moon landing was faked. Now, the moon landing, there's a lot of evidence that could lead to it being faked. Even if it was, I shouldn't say even if it was faked, it's cool because it's not cool to lie to people. But I do understand if it was faked, why they would do it. It was the space race with the Russians. The Americans were far behind. They needed hope. So I could understand why you would fake that, and no one died. You didn't kill anyone. But I don't agree with you assassinating a fucking president. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And one that's trying to help Americans. He's trying to help that country.
I think it's called J. Edgar.
It is called J. Edgar. I just found it, yeah.
Is it good?
Oh my God, incredible.
Yeah?
Incredible movie.
Wow. You can rent it for $5.
Hey, Phil.
So? What?
Oh, what?
He's fucking around. He's talking about CIA, bro.
We had a good flow.
You should have
too.
continued.
It's okay.
Are you sitting in?
I was gonna get very upset though. Like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I was ready to start fighting.
Yeah, the man in the black suit. Well, now it's everywhere. So it's not me. It's the CIA. But because they were supposed to release certain documents about the assassination years ago, but they didn't. They kept delaying. No, Twitter files is for the FBI. The FBI and CIA both cocksuckers. But we knew this. We knew this, guys.
What else do you guys cover? I only got 5 minutes. I gotta go jump on a call.
We covered a lot of Trudeau stuff, so then I got disgusted.
Oh, you went to Olympico, yeah.
Yeah, so then I said, fuck it, we're dealing with the real stuff here that nobody wants to talk about.
Speaking of U.S. presidents, I don't know if you saw this week, the January 6th committee came out with their with their recommendations, and obviously they don't
tomorrow
have.
should be January 7th.
Well, look, they don't have any power to.
My mic on.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, one thing, because when Twitter allowed Trump to get back on, the first thing I did is I wanted to get those January 6 tweets because they had
Are
removed
they still
them.
there? They haven't been.
Yeah,
archived?
they haven't been deleted because as soon as I want to get them because they were the ones that incited the violence. So I go look at the tweets. Remember when I was like, wait, what the fuck? His tweets were like, no fucking violence. This is don't. And I was like, what the fuck?
I remember
this
those
is the
tweets,
opposite of what the media said that he said.
Well, it was like it came like hours after or something like
and
that.
then when there was and before what he said was everybody show up. We have because he was speaking and he goes it's gonna get wild. And what they said at the January 6th committee is him saying it's gonna get wild was his cue to tell people to go crazy and break shit. And I'm like, but that's a fucking weird stretch.
They said you have to come and defend democracy. Something.
Look,
but even
I
that,
didn't follow the whole committee, but apparently there were people that testified and said stuff that he wanted to be there, he wanted to be with the people, and the Secret Service told him no. And
I mean, from a Secret Service standpoint, is
it's the right
that
understandable.
makes sense.
Yeah,
You're not gonna go in front of all the
Guys, I need to be in the crowd.
Yeah, but that doesn't
no,
mean
sir.
he wants to incite violence.
I don't know what it. But
I never got the
He
vibe
said
that
he
wanted
wants
violence.
to be with the people.
He
which
was
means
making
he
a
thinks-
Netflix speech in a locker room. That's
Look,
what he was doing.
I'm sure there's more elaborate testimonials on that thing. In any case, the whole
I'm sure
point
there
is
isn't, actually.
No, but I'm trying to make the leap they made. Therefore, he will lead the charge. Oh, he's inciting violence. It's some kind of weird. fucking
I don't like that shit
Your
because
brain is a sad place.
Look, here's what happened. The January 6th
slope.
committee, obviously they can't lay charges. They don't have that
Authority. It's
cold, bro.
that authority. But they could recommend the Justice Department to look further into it, and I think there may be a possibility that Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau is behind it all.
What's his face? Donald Trump may be tried. And if that were to happen, obviously,
Then you'd really know if the justice system is bought and paid for.
it automatically disqualifies him from running. So I don't know if the whole thing is that.
Captain
to keep him
Yolo
away.
has confirmed, by the way, my George Bush Sr. being charged of the CIA.
He was right. Okay.
You only live once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Bush Senior.
Of course, you liked him because you like killing presidents.
In fact, I like.
It's a good policy
I like,
if you need their
I like
fucking
George
running their
W.
mouths.
Man, I love the fact
Like,
that he was goofy and he accepted the fact that
I heard
just.
that you said Lincoln loved the greenback,
Yeah,
right? Whereas George Bush Sr. loved the wetback.
he didn't.
He did.
He didn't at all.
That was all posture, my friend. What about his Latina mistress? Never heard about this?
Nah.
Read into it.
We had a good flow, Phil. Don't get Poseidon level
I'm out.
retard.
I'm out.
Look, why would you can't come in and offer nothing. You can't be at his level. You got to offer
I'm
something.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure as I walked by this morning when I hereticid'd you, you said to me, "What are you doing? What are you doing here?" I said, "I might just pop in for a minute, but I gotta jump on a call." You're like, "It's your show, bro.
Yeah.
It's my show. I do what I want." Merry Christmas, everyone. All right, I'll see you.
Do you like the paint job?
wanna move.
Is it fine for you over there?
I mean, if it wasn't for a camera setup, it would be fine. But
You got to give it 2 more days.
maybe, probably not. We might have to do the wall.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Okay. We'll see.
Ah.
There was an interesting article. Is my mic on?
No, he muted you.
Oh fuck! I muted the wrong mic. Sorry.
Fucking guy. There was an interesting article. I just want to get back to that whole language, the French language thing that Legault has been negotiating with Trudeau and the immigrants and all that bullshit. And I understand the importance.
The immigrants and all that bullshit.
Well, no, because I understand the whole idea of protecting the French language, but Legault is using this false argument just to just to go with his narrative. There was an interesting article in the Gazette, and I can't believe I'm saying this because it's Tom Mulcair, which I agree with.
You agree with Tom Mulcair?
And that's a rare thing. And he basically in his article says that Legault keeps giving the wrong statement, right? He keeps using the wrong statistics because he says that we've fallen under, I think, close to 40% of people speaking French, which is unacceptable in Quebec.
That's not true.
And what Tom Mulcair says is that in the metropolitan Montreal census area, 90% of the people can hold a conversation in French.
Yeah.
That percentage has never been higher.
So what I've learned, this is a real anecdotal man on the street tour in Quebec type of situation here in Montreal, is a lot of these, forget West Island old people, that they're old. It's hard to learn a new language. But in general, all these kids, Anglos, they do speak French, but they're and they understand it, but they're very scared to speak it because of their shitty accent. They're scared of getting made fun of. So they get, it's kind of like a lot of French people for years, they understood English, but they were scared to talk because they don't want to get made fun of. So that's the situation we have here. That's why I keep saying the first thing is you could fix this in 5 years or 10, let's say.
Look, here's the thing.
If you institute mandatory English and French in schools so that you speak both languages perfectly.
The argument is that most of these new immigrants that come, they do speak French because automatically they're forced to go into French education. So what Mulcair is saying in his article is that if you're looking at the greater Montreal area, over 90% of the people can carry a conversation in French, which is amazing. But what Legault is doing, he's using the statistics of language spoken at home. And obviously, when you're looking at the population in the last 20, 30 years where there's a continuous flow of immigrants coming in, you can't expect a guy that comes from Latin America to be speaking French at home. I've never spoken French at home. Why the hell should I?
Yeah.
I can speak French. My mom can handle French. My dad, not so much, but still, I mean, it's better than nothing.
2 out of 3, baby.
No, but why would you care what people do at home? It's their own right
Yeah, that's weird.
to have to speak whatever language they want, as long as outside their house they can converse in French. That's the statistic that you should be looking at. So I just found that interesting, and I didn't know about this statistics. This statistic, obviously. So it just brings everything back to question, like how far nationalist do you want to take this? And there's an argument that, especially now recently, where Legault is really pushing that because there's another poll that came out last weekend. Remember that whole thing about the PQ making this whole thing about not wanting to swear allegiance to the king and
Of course, I don't like the
making
king.
all that noise, and there were only 3, and people were wondering, what the fuck do you want? Just follow the rules, including myself. That was me. Just follow the
'Cause you're
rules.
a fucking loser,
No,
that's
because
why.
that's what they should have done. But there may have been this other strategy behind that whole thing to draw attention to the PQ, and it worked. And you got to give it to these guys. First of all, they got what they wanted. right? They passed the bill passed. It has become optional, and not only
Great
has
move. Solid move.
and not only has it passed, but it passed while these guys weren't even sitting in the house. That's how much pressure they had put. So that's a good thing. But this whole movement created this enthusiasm towards the PQ to the point where last weekend there was a poll conducted on voter intention, and the PQ is second. They went from 8% during the election to 18%. So they're in second position, which is a fantastic thing for the PQ.
Impressed.
What's more fantastic, and if they play their cards right, is for the Liberal Party, because if the Liberal Party wants to actually pick up their support, they depend heavily on the PQ doing well.
Pull votes away from the CAQ.
And Quebec Solidaire. So I'm curious to see how this develops. I'm curious to see how the PQ is going to either maintain this or increase their voter intention. But all this to say that it comes back to Legault and this whole obsession that he has on really becoming, the main force behind this nationalism, right, in Quebec, which sucks because at the end of the day, I think it's going to take us all down a path that we don't want to go. And this battle with the federal government, but never a good thing. Anyway, that's what's happening over there in the PQ.
Back to JFK. People are very interested in this JFK CIA stuff.
Even my dad was like, I'm very proud of you guys.
Why?
Best morning show. Because we keep talking about how the CIA and FBI is...
I've been talking about this shit for years, okay? And I've been talking about it for years. I make jokes about it for years. But all you fucking fools who are scared to think for yourselves, you're like, that's too much. It's too crazy. But here's the crazy thing, is when evidence comes out and we catch them, like in the Twitter files with the FBI fucking doing all this crazy shit, this is the time where the news should be like, holy fuck, hold the phone, this is crazy. Or people should be like, fuck, I was wrong, this is nuts. The government can't do this is crazy. They just ignore it. They're just like, I don't want to deal with this. And they fuck off. It's like, how do you want society to get better when you don't admit our faults, our wrongdoings?
I remember a time where the news would be all over this shit.
Yeah, you froze me again.
Are you serious? By the way, speaking of the devil, I'm on Twitter and I scroll down just a bit, and as we're talking about this, I swear to God, it's an image of the assassination of JFK.
Good.
That's fucking
Good.
incredible. Yeah, I remember a time where the news would fucking jump all over this story like this, right? Like the Twitter files being made public or whatever, it would be huge.
They're pretending it doesn't exist. Why? Because they're complicit. But a lot of these fucking news organizations were paid off. They were told, no, don't talk about this, the Hunter Biden story.
Mm-hmm.
They affected the election, which is nuts because you don't like Trump, but you're giving him, you're giving him credit. So now people are like, wait a second. If he was right about that, what else was he right? You get it? Mm-hmm. You're so stupid, you shoot yourself in the foot. You're creating, like basically you have a rival that you don't like, but you're giving him all the ammunition. You're like, fuck, why does he still exist? How does he have power? You're giving him all the power. So the fact that they complain to me is crazy because they're doing it to themselves.
Hey, what's that with that fucking those cards that he released? How weird is that?
The NFTs. Oh, there's a Two Drunk Venom episode coming in a couple of weeks where we talk about that.
What is that?
Oh, it's so fucking funny, bro.
Isn't that?
He has lasers shooting out of his eyes. I can't. Anyways,
What's wrong with this guy, man?
they're all fucked, bro. They're all crazy. There's no good politicians.
Speaking of Twitter, the more recent news, because over the weekend, Elon Musk, or early this week, I think on Monday, he put out a poll on whether or not he should remain at the head of Twitter, and he said that he's going to respect the result of the poll.
Yeah.
And I think close to 60% or a little over 60% voted to have him gone.
Yeah, of course.
And I think yesterday he announced that, as soon as he finds someone competent enough to replace him, he's out.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That he's selling Twitter, or he's just going to step down?
It doesn't mean that he's selling Twitter unless you're a buffoon. He still owns Twitter, so you
He's just going to have someone run it.
yeah, CEO. He was going to do this anyway. He just put a vote to be like, this is what I want to do. I want to have someone who knows what he's doing, like who's just going to focus on this because I focus on everything.
Is there, because at some point he tweeted that, there's bots everywhere that controlling the voting thing. You think he did that purposely just to see if, what the fuck is happening over
No,
at
there
Twitter?
was bots. He's the one who knew that there was. I mean, everybody knew that there was bots. I remember I started noticing that there was bots on Twitter during like the political turmoil in the States. When you would tweet something, some of the responses that it seemed very generic, and the photos would look like there was a type of person that would reply to you depending on what you said.
Yeah.
And it seemed very AI. You're like, I remember the term NPC came out. And a lot of people, like, you thought they were real people, but they fucking weren't. It was too perfect. It was bots. And they would reply whatever you'd say. Like, let's say if you'd say, like, oh yeah, I like that Trump. I don't know. I like that Trump gave money to schools, like anything. But you said Trump and they would reply with racist. You support, and it didn't even make sense with your tweets.
Wow.
So then you're like, wait, what the fuck? That doesn't even make sense in context. And then we found out it was bots. So it was bots
But
attacking.
you would imagine a company like Twitter with the technology that they have would be able to identify the fake accounts and
course
just
they were.
automatically fucking block them out.
Yeah, but they wanted them. They were supporting their narrative. That's how they were changing it. That's the whole thing with the Twitter files. It's crazy what they were doing. What they were doing is insane. That's why Jack is very quiet now. So when Elon was taking over Twitter, Jack Dorsey came out. He was like, oh, it's not what I imagined for Twitter and it was supposed to be a free place. And now he's very quiet when the Twitter files came out.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Because what is he saying now, Musk? He's saying that, okay, well, if you want to answer polls, you need to have a verified account or you need to be a paid member or whatever.
I would like to have a verified account. Let me verify my fucking account, bro. Let me pay for my fucking account.
You want to? You want to be
course.
paying, what is it,
I
$8,
run a
$9
business.
bucks?
For $8, bro. For $8, my tweets, you're going to actually see them. You're not going to shadow ban me.
So what's the advantage of having your account verified now?
For me personally, I would get longer videos. I could post videos directly and longer ones.
Okay.
On directly, which is good. That's what we do is video content. I don't see all the ads that are on Twitter, which I don't care anyway. I scroll past them. Twitter, I never felt was ad heavy. What else? I go to the top. So if people are following me, they'll actually see my tweets. Because right now the way it works is just because they follow you doesn't mean they're going to see your tweets.
Right.
Especially if you're not a verified account or a paid blue membership thing. So they'll see my tweets, which is perfect because I got my account like I'm on that stupid shadow ban list for years, for jokes and shit. Because the FBI got involved apparently. Which sucks because you can never grow your following because new people won't see you because you won't come up in their searches. So all that stuff. So it's just for business. It's better. For $8, it's worth you being at the top.
So what do you have? You have verified, and then you have the blue.
No, there's only one. The legacy verified accounts won't exist anymore. They're going to slowly start taking out the verification badges. And now the way it works is you have to apply for Twitter Blue if you want to be verified. But that's why, because they only want people to be verified that there's a reason for them to be verified. So if you're a business, if you're a notable person, and then they don't give you the badge right away. It takes a couple of days now because the badge, they were giving it right away if you paid before. And what happened was people were just fucking around. So because
I didn't even know that you could pay and get it before.
No, before you could pay and get it under the table. So Twitter employees were getting paid like $15,000
that's cool.
to give random people that were paying
It's a good job.
which is crazy.
It's a great job.
It ruined the whole system. But now the way is, so you apply. You can have all the features once you apply, like longer videos, this and that, the ads. But to you to get a badge, you have to wait. They're going to verify that who you are, person of interest, if it's a real account, all that shit, if you've been there for long enough. And then they'll also add a blue, if you're verified, they'll also add the blue check mark so that people, when they see from a distance, they'll know, okay, it's a verified thing. So it works as a business. It makes perfect sense for what he's doing. And if you're a business, if you're a comedian, it makes
a
perfect
negligible
sense.
cost.
It's a negligible $8, $10 a month is
Yeah.
nothing compared to other costs that you have in order to get, so you could promote your shit. So it's perfectly fine. It's just, is he gonna, I tried and the thing kept crashing. I guess too many people were applying. I don't know.
Do you guys think Twitter's going to stick around? It just
think
seems
so.
like they're on this downward spiral, with all this
For
bullshit
who?
and
But
all
what
this
you're saying
nonsense.
doesn't make any sense. There's more people now on Twitter than
Is
there
there?
ever was. Yeah.
I read somewhere that
You're talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
You're talking about Twitter. That's what people don't get. People are like, Twitter, it's everywhere. Twitter, it's crazy what's going on there. And it's in the front page of everything. Everyone's on Twitter. People are on Twitter talking about, oh, it's sad what's happening on Twitter. You're on Twitter, you fucking dummy.
I read somewhere that the shares dropped and
Every shared, people keep saying that, but I had a conversation on
but
Twitter.
since Elon Musk took over. But the other thing is, and this is what there's a lot of speculation on as per why he thought like, fuck it, I'm out, because Tesla shares dropped as well, and he may be getting pressured from those guys that look, Malaka, leave the childish things. Let's take care of your business over here.
I will stop you right now because I had this conversation on Twitter yesterday. So I would just like to say, the news lies to you. So the news takes certain information out of context to make. So right now, you know what they're saying? They go look at Tesla stock. It's down about 50%. It's because Elon Musk took over Twitter. You listen to this side, and this is big, right? This is the market right now with technology and all this. Amazon, you guys know Amazon? Amazon, would you think you use that shit every day?
Almost.
Amazon this year is down 50% in the stock market. Shit. Like our friends at Tesla. How come we're not talking about that? Why? Because that's what the market is doing. NVIDIA, would you guys agree that NVIDIA is huge right now? We need those fucking graphics, right?
But everyone's down.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We're in an economic...
NVIDIA is down 45%. 45% this year.
NVIDIA,
Who has nothing.
oh my
NVIDIA
God.
has nothing to do with Twitter or fucking Elon Musk or any of that shit. This is, bro, we're in a fucked up economic state. They're trying to hide that from you, and they're showing bits and pieces of information, and they're attaching it to something else. So the reason why a lot of the stock market is hemorrhaging is because of the war, the increased fucking costs of everything. People aren't making enough money to survive. It's fucking $14 for lettuce isn't normal, okay? So all this shit is happening, but in order for you to not ask questions, like, wait, why are we still at war? Why aren't we negotiating peace? We need electricity. We need this. So you don't ask those questions, like, the reason why your stocks are down is because Elon Musk tweeted. Okay, so then why the fuck are the other ones down the same amount? You can't ask that. Fucking assholes. You're gonna get the truth over here. All right, I'll tell you the fucking truth.
Speaking of weird shit, there's a story that came out in the paper yesterday. You know, over the summer they were filming the new Scream movie.
Over here?
Yeah, in Montreal. And yeah, whatever. And there was this fucking psychopath. Nothing against Armenians here because we have a lot of friends that are Armenian, but this guy's name is Aret Mazmanyan.
Aret Mazmanyan.
Aret Mazmanyan.
So hold on. I don't know how this is. So there was an Armenian guy on the set of Scream.
No, he wasn't on. This is the thing. This guy, this fucking psychopath is so obsessed with these movies. He heard that they were shooting in Montreal. He came to Montreal.
Oh, nice.
And he was terrorizing the staff and the crew with all these scare things. Like he had found them on social media and he's like, look where I am, be careful, with like a knife emoji.
This guy's awesome.
Like this guy got so close and they couldn't understand how the fuck does this guy know where we are all the time, right? And there's a story apparently the director and a couple other people, they took a break one day and they went to watch Top Gun downtown at the Scotia Bank or whatever, the movie theater. This fucking guy ended up sitting like behind them or something.
Did he know or was it by luck?
Yeah, he fucking tweeted or he messaged them on social media like.
No, but did he know they were gonna be there? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, of course. I don't know. He would follow them. He would know everything about them. I don't know if he would get their schedule. I don't know how it was. Obviously, there was complaints that were filed to the police. He got arrested. Whatever. He now lives in Texas. I think I don't know where the hell he lives.
Why did he get arrested?
Because he was threatening the fucking.
You didn't
crew,
threaten
dude.
them. You never mentioned a threat. You said he was following them.
He's like, be careful. I know where you are.
As
with
a
like a
joke.
knife emoji. Yeah, but fuck, you don't know.
A threat sounds like, hey, be careful, I'm going to stab you.
Yeah, but he was just quoting the film.
And even that's not
He's
really
just
a threat.
movie. You're just angry that Armenians are allowed to watch movies.
I just find it fucked up how this guy. And in his threats, in those messages, he was using references from other movies, right? Like, be careful, I don't know, in this location, blah, 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 this might happen.
That's
It's like out of a scene of, I don't know which movie from which one,
Yeah.
you know.
This guy's just a nerd.
Psycho,
A
bro.
movie
Fuck.
buff. You're calling him a psycho, but he just loved the art that they produced. Did he
Yeah.
kill anyone?
No, he didn't kill anyone.
Was he planning on killing someone?
Who knows?
No, not who knows.
We don't know.
Well, did they catch him?
Yeah,
in the
of course
act?
they caught him. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. If he didn't let him,
But,
leave him alone.
this is...
It's just a movie buff. What do you have against cinephiles? You should be more worried about pedophiles, really.
It's true. It's very true. The world is run by pedophiles.
Yeah, how come pedophiles get off here in Quebec so quickly? And this guy, just a movie buff, is getting deported.
In other news,
It's insane.
Quebec's percentage is much higher than any other province across Canada on trilingualism.
You're welcome. I brought that stat up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What about tribalism?
I don't know about that one.
That's been up. That's been very up.
The percentage of people that could speak at least 3 languages in the main cities in Quebec is at 23.7% compared to 13.5% in Toronto. And it goes down after that in the other major cities. Why? Probably because of the French language that and obviously when you're coming in as an immigrant, you're already speaking at least one language. English, everyone learns English, and
I have a theory.
because they're forced to learn French over here, it gives them. And this is it goes back to the argument that you're saying. It's a huge fucking advantage to be speaking both languages, man.
It is. I have
So
a
just
theory
fucking
about
do it.
why Toronto solo.
Yeah.
It's because Toronto mans is not qualified. It doesn't count as an actual language. That's the problem. So they just speak one less, and then when it's all they speak, they're like, this guy doesn't even speak English. So that's what's bringing down the statistics over there.
They speak 0.5 in language.
I speak bare language, man.
Yeah, I mean, so look, the main.
You love that accent.
So goofy.
What is that language?
Toronto mans.
Oh, my
Yeah, heard.
Let me just double check
Tings.
over here.
Wild tings, eh?
Huh.
Anyways, there's a bunch of statistics that came out, and I think it's pretty impressive. And primarily the reason for that is because of the whole French language policy that we have here. And again, I can't stress it enough. It's a huge advantage, the fact that we learned to speak French.
I love you too, Olga.
Just take it easy on the fucking hostility towards the English-speaking people. Like, I mean, I understand why you can't just...
But who's being hostile towards the English? I will say something. I am starting something very big at the Bordel here, where the English and the French can all come together to worship a Greek. It is working out fine. It is working out great. We figured it out. What we needed was a middleman. We just needed someone in the middle to tell people, guys, you're both cool. Just you have to learn from each other. That's all we needed. We needed someone outside that's being me at this point
you know what the thing
to
is?
bring them together.
Like,
and then we will come together and take over.
But when you have the statistics that are clearly demonstrating the advantage to know both languages, in addition to perhaps a third language, because obviously, you know, there's a lot of immigrants coming into Quebec, which is a good thing.
If my team doesn't score, I'm going to flip this fucking table.
How much? What's the score?
It is 0-0 in the 50th minute. We need to win. We're at home.
Dude, there's still a lot more time left. Relax.
Carry on.
This fanaticism, bro.
Yeah. Is there a fucking problem?
I don't
Anyway.
care.
He doesn't give a shit. What is
He
that?
doesn't even know where to speak.
Is that the
What-
thing
doesn't
with
know
the
what we're
white
saying.
round
I
ball?
don't even know where we are.
Is that the thing where they kick the ball into the big rectangular thing?
What?
That was a Poseidon
Are you
line.
talking about basketball?
Yeah. I was talking about him.
You're talking about basketball, right?
Rectangular. Anyway, speaking of French language,
Yes.
we all know that Bill 96 passed in
What does
Quebec.
that mean?
The French language laws. And already the OQLF, your friend, the Office Québécoise de la langue française, is hard at work.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't be. They should be doing that at home. They shouldn't.
What are they called? OQLF?
The
Office Québécois de la langue française.
française.
OQLF.
Okay, that makes
Office
sense.
Québécois langue française. If you guys remember a while back, we spoke about the fact that there were some boroughs in Quebec and some cities that had a bilingual status. This has been handed to them for decades now because over 50% of the population spoke English. And I guess there's a law somewhere that gives them that right, if you have over 50% of the population that speaks English, to claim
Bilingual
this
status.
bilingual status.
That's fine.
A lot of the cities have it. And there was this whole thing that came out during the last years when this whole debate was happening, that percentage has diminished significantly over the last couple of years, and these cities should no longer have access to that privilege.
Allow me to retort.
Yeah.
How can you say in one sentence, French has diminished, this is a problem, and then when you need it, you go, French is increasing, so you can't be bilingual anymore because you don't speak English anymore. You can't have both.
It's spoken English.
That's true, actually.
So, no,
that's that's an excellent point.
Well,
that he
no,
makes.
because you have more immigrants coming in, and because they're forced to learn French. Obviously, the level of the percentage of people speaking English
That's fine, but
drops.
that means that your first point doesn't make any sense. Then how did the French drop? You in one sentence we're saying the French has increased, and on the other sense we're saying that the French has dropped. Well, which is it? Which is it, politicians? Is it up or down?
Yeah, it depends on
Pick one.
Yeah,
It depends on the argument. You know what that means? That means it's a lie. Right?
no,
not supposed to be subjective.
No, the
I don't know how
statistic,
lies work.
Objectively, are we up or down? That's
the statistic that came out was that both English and French are on the decline, and it's only natural because you're bringing in immigrants that whose primary language isn't either English nor French.
okay.
So I think that's the
So
statistic.
French is on the rise.
Well, based on the statistic that Tom Alcaire spoke about,
Right. So there's two different statistics. We're going off two, and one it rises and one it declines.
Well, in the greater Montreal area, the statistic was that over 90% of the people can hold a conversation in French.
Right.
But then you have the politicians that are using the statistic of the language spoken at home, which obviously is not going to be
But you
primarily
can speak
French.
anything at home.
Yeah,
So let's
exactly.
say Haitians, for example. Haitians speak French, but they also speak Creole. So at home, they're speaking Creole. You can't be like 0% of Haitians speak French. 100% of them speak French.
Dude, you guys can carry a conversation in French. When you go home to your mom,
Can I
you speak
carry
to
a
her in
conversation?
English.
I have a goddamn career in French.
There you go. So in any case, so this whole thing started coming out when they were talking about Bill 96 and how those municipalities may lose that because that statistic is no longer 50 plus.
Office, isn't that an English word?
What?
Office.
No, you can have it in French too, le fils.
No, I don't think so.
I think office is an English word.
It is, but it's also used in French as well.
Oh, hold on.
None of this makes any sense. This is lunacy.
Oh, le fils. Anyways, anyway, so back then the whole argument was
No,
that
it's an English word.
yeah, but it's used also in French.
No.
Like stop.
Yeah. Anyway, so back then the argument was that look, the municipalities that have that privilege, all they have to do is just pass a resolution in their borough council or the municipal council, and if it passes, we'll respect it.
Okay.
Problem is now that there are some boroughs that don't have that kind of jurisdiction, and even if they pass a resolution in their municipal, like in their borough council, it still has to get approved at the municipal council, at City Hall in Montreal. So you have a lot of boroughs, for example, Pierrefonds, Roxborough, where you have our buddy Jim Bass over there. That
I don't even know who this guy is. How's my buddy?
Yeah, cool guy. He's the borough mayor over there, and they had that status, the bilingual status, Pierrefonds, Roxborough. But now they're worried that even though they pass a resolution over there, the city of Montreal, where Valérie Plante has the majority, may not vote for it. So that borough is going to lose that privilege. So there's a lot of boroughs now that are fucking panicking. And not only that, the Office Québécoise de la langue française has started sending letters, and they sent over, let me get a number right away. 47 letters. These guys went to work fucking right away. They're like, okay, how many boroughs have that status? Send them all fucking letters. 47. You have how many days? Yeah, you have 120 days. So
this is Valérie Plante being very aggressive.
This is the Quebec government, the
Okay.
Office de la langue française, but they're fucking they're cracking down on the municipalities that have the bilingual status. They don't like it apparently, and they're like, listen,
What a waste
move your
of time.
It's so
What a
crazy.
waste of
Like what the
fucking time,
fuck,
bro.
man?
What a waste of time, energy,
Like,
resources.
do you not have anything better to do? Like, who gives a like? Fuck, let them. They're running their own jurisdiction, their own administration over there. Let them fucking do what they want. Just because they drop down from 50% to 47 or 48.
And so what do? They just remove the status.
Sorry,
They just remove the status, basically.
if they don't renew it or if they don't pass that resolution, yeah, they lose the bilingual status.
And what does the bilingual status give?
Nothing. The fact that we are a bilingual borough.
So you can have like signage.
So hold on.
No, the signage is provincial jurisdiction, but yeah, I don't know, whatever. It's just, I think it's more
what's the
symbolic than
change?
anything. You have certain documentation that could be in English. The services probably are bilingual. I don't know. Just the fact that, like if you're living in Côte Saint-Luc and you're obviously more Anglo than Francophone, you want your borough to be a
Jewish.
bilingual.
So they're just trying to remove English altogether, basically.
I don't know what they're trying to do. It's just that they're fucking cracking down, and they started with the
I like how
municipalities.
they're cracking down like it's drug dealers. They're cracking down on people speaking that English.
Cut to somebody in the alleyway. Hey, as-tu ce que je veux? And he opens his coat. Hello.
Yeah, I got some bilingual statuses. over
I got
here.
some dictionaries for you, bro.
It's just English words.
So there's a lot of panic,
So
especially now with the
stupid.
holidays. Everything closes for a couple of weeks. You know, they're like, fuck, are we even going to have time to even pass this resolution? And then the second stress is that even if we do pass the resolution, nothing guarantees that the city of Montreal with Valérie Plante is going to honor them.
So what does it matter? It's all symbolic.
Well, to these writings, I mean, it does matter to these boroughs. I mean, it's important for them and their
But
constituents.
what does it change? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know on an administrative level if it changes. If anyone in the chat actually knows this, I don't know. It's just maybe the status that they have. They want to have that status. Maybe their constituents want to know that they're living in a bilingual riding or borough or municipality or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And they don't want to lose that status. And there's a risk now that at City Hall, they may just fucking stiff everyone and say, you know what, fuck it. We have the ultimate say, and we're not going to pass it. We're not going to give you that bilingual status. Bring it over 50% and come back and see us, which sucks. Like, I mean, why the fuck would you do that? Like, why would you even?
It does seem unnecessarily aggressive.
It's so stupid.
I wonder what the distraction
Yeah,
is
this
for.
seems like.
Do you guys remember when the OQLF fucking went into which bar was it on St. Lawrence Street on a Saturday night? What was it?
Asking people what they speak.
Dude, they walked in, they kicked everybody out.
Why?
Because of their menu. They had items on there. Remember the whole pasta gate bullshit?
Oh, you're talking about Buena Notte?
It was bueno.
That place shut down now.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
obviously, bro, they don't have pasta.
Can you imagine being the owner? Imagine being the owner on a Saturday night, the night that pretty much makes up your entire week. You have these fucking
I have
clowns.
hold on, I have a question. Very
I
serious.
always-
How the fuck did the OQLF kick everyone out? But if I was the business, I would have kicked them out.
Yeah, but like, this is a
Get
private
the
business, bro.
fuck
Get
out
out
of here, bro.
Me, I wish I had
No, but the
seen-
balls on these people to go into this. Look,
Yeah.
we're not gonna assume anything, but let's just
Well,
say,
the balls, what he's trying to say is of the,
the people
OQLF
behind these
to go into a mobster bar and be like, pasta? What the fuck is pasta? That's the best. It's like, guys, you know what pasta is? No, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, you're about to find out.
No, but they had this hidden agenda game. I don't know if it happened both times at Buonanotte, but there was another Italian bar, club, whatever, where they went in and they fucked him over on the alcohol.
Yeah.
On
What
a
is this
Saturday night
English
again.
speaking alcohol. This is crazy.
It was during Grand Prix weekend on top of it too. That was, they walked in, they're like, okay, we want your
You know what
permits
this
from
is?
the SAQ.
Let me explain something to you.
And they closed down that shit too.
You know what this is? This is another...
Kim basically expressed the feeling of everyone.
I'm
always gonna be in the middle. She goes like, I want to protect the French language, but at the same time, I don't want to bust people's balls for nonsense, which is how most Quebecers, even though the media is going to tell you otherwise, that's how most Quebecers feel. But the media is going to tell you, the French don't want you to speak English and the English hate the French. It's not true. It's not true.
You know what this feels like? Actually, the OQLF, now that I think about it, this feels like another... we tried to get you on gangsterism. We tried to get you on tax evasion. None of that worked. Now we're going to get you on language.
Christophe, very good point too. That's how it should be. It's 100% in Quebec. If you go get services, if you go get coffee or whatever, you should be able to be served. You should be served in both languages. Because that's, first of all, this is another problem I have. The entire country is supposed to be bilingual. Technically speaking, if we want to play things right, if I go to fucking Edmonton and I want to order a coffee in French, I should be able to fucking do it. So that's what we should be striving towards, bilingualism, but full bilingualism, not knowing 3 words, actually being able to hold, but we're not. We're fighting over pasta.
But here's the thing, man.
Because knowing more languages is amazing. Like, let's say you're in Alberta and now you know how to speak French. Bro, you can go to fucking Senegal, like all these North African countries, and you could fucking communicate in their native. It's fucking amazing.
It's not an issue in they'll speak French, all kinds of languages.
It's like learning Arabic. It's complicated, but bro, you could go to like Dubai, France. You could communicate in all these different countries. It's fucking awesome.
Paris, you can just go.
You go to Paris. You can go to fucking Marseille and communicate with the locals. It's amazing to know more languages.
But here's the biggest difference, because talking about the coffee shop, like in Westmont, for example, if a French speaking person walks into a coffee shop in Westmont, even though they won't speak French, they won't make a big shit out of it. You're gonna order in French, they're gonna be like, okay, come, like they can understand, they'll serve you anyway. They may not be able to communicate, but, and this has happened to my parents many times, you go get public transport. In the metro, you ask for a ticket in English, you're getting fired. C'est en français, madame.
Yeah, but again,
like there's an arrogance.
This is true. The arrogance, I think that comes from the unions because they're protected. These fucking STM drivers. But that is not a representation of every Quebecer, because I remember when the metro stuff first happened, when they were doing it to tourists. Remember, American tourists. So that first of all proves that you're uneducated, but you're part of a union. Because the reason why we make money in the summer is tourist dollars, and you can't expect a tourist. Like if I go to Germany, the Germans can't be like, do you know German? Because you lost the war. That's why I don't fucking speak German. But you're a tourist. So the STM is different. These are a lot of low-educated people who they're in unions, bro, and it'll happen. You'll get aggressive. But the majority of Quebecers are not like, the majority of Quebecers, they'll try. They just don't want you to be an asshole about it. They don't want you to be like, fuck French or whatever. It's like, yeah, you're in Quebec, bro. Go fuck yourself.
You know, I lost my shit once in the metro, and I got scared because the security guards came, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting a fucking beating here. That's it.
Whatever.
I was rushing to go. I was in university. And I was rushing. I didn't have any.
George caused some
or
trouble.
whatever. So my aunt gave me her tickets, and they were for seniors, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Fuck, I didn't see them. She goes, here, take my tickets and just go with it.
Yeah.
So I get to the metro and I give the guy my ticket, and he's like, oh, this is no good. This is for seniors. You got to get another one. I go, oh, okay. Can I have it back at least? It's not mine. Yeah, you're right. Okay, it's my aunt's. I just admit it. I'm like, yeah, my aunt gave it to me. Maybe she didn't notice, whatever. He goes, let me see your other tickets. And I go, here, this is what she gave me. Like an idiot. I fucking gave. And he kept them. He fucking kept them. He goes, no, you got to get another ticket. I go, I'll get another ticket, but can I have my other tickets back since I can't use them?
Yeah.
No. We got to keep them. You get.
Well, that's absurd.
And I started losing my fucking
purchase
shit,
tickets.
bro. I started fucking banging on his fucking window. I'm like, give me back those fucking tickets. He goes, sir, I'm gonna call security.
Call security,
I'm like,
bro.
oh, who the fuck you are? Give me back my tickets. And then I just see the people. I guess he buzzed them or whatever, and they came out. Thankfully, they were fucking. I go, listen, guys.
He stole my tickets.
I understand. I'll fucking buy the tickets. I was wrong, but can I have them back? They don't belong to me. My aunt gave them. And they talked to him, and they gave me back my tickets. They're like, look, you're not the only guy that has complained about that guy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Thankfully, they were fucking calm. Because imagine there were these arrogant fucking security guards, like they always are, and they just fucking grab you.
Police.
Yeah, sometimes the STM police, you fall in the same thing. They're mad that they're not real cops and they overdo it. I haven't taken public transit in forever, so I haven't dealt with them in a while. But I remember them when the Opus cards first came out, them being aggressive, jumping on buses. And just you're like a stop away from home, and they're just checking everybody's thing. And I remember I'd be like, no, I scanned my thing to come in here. I'm not showing you my fucking papers, bro. Go fuck yourself. What are you gonna do? You can't do shit.
It used to be so fucking simple back in the day. Remember that little transfer paper they used to give you that you can use in the metro?
Give it
as
to your
well?
friends. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Times. Yeah, all this to say, don't listen to the goddamn media. They just want to separate you because you're easier to ensheepenate. That's all it is. Now, I'm telling you, English people don't give a fuck, most of them. We see it too when we talk to people at the shows. By the way, at the shows, the bordel, which is good that we're bringing people together. The one thing I've noticed that I really like is English people being like, oh my God, yeah, I didn't know. They're so nice. The staff here, everybody respects us. They're so nice to us. We thought they weren't going to be nice because, we don't speak French. And then
What fucking planet are they living
and
in?
then it's not their fault. It's the fucking media. The media tells you they're your
But
fucking...
both for the Anglos that think,
'Cause
oh
then-
man, it's hostile territory,
Yeah,
and for the
exactly.
Frankfurt that
And
think,
then-
I can't go to an English
Exactly.
establishment.
I'm telling you, bro, we're doing something magical. Fucking Luke at the bordel is doing something. Bro, there's magical stuff that's happening here. That's why you can't buy into this shit. You don't understand how easy it is to manipulate you with the media because they have the credibility. You're like your parent. They see the news, CTV News. So whatever the fuck they say, you just buy it. And whenever they make a mistake, they don't retract it. They just, they'll forget about it, and so people just buy into that bullshit. It's all nonsense, bro. Another human being just speaks a different language, but it's a human being. They think the same thing as you. They want to have some fun. They want to provide for their family. That's what fucking human beings want to do. Obviously, you have psychopaths. You'll have rapists, pedophiles, all that shit. That doesn't count. In general, human beings, that's what they want to do, bro. They want to do the same shit you do. So do you like your language? Do you like so do fucking they. That's all it is.
Don't fear the unknown.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a clip.
But you will fear the unknown. It's the human condition.
Yeah.
That's why white people were scared of black people when they first saw them. That's why it's true. But it's true. That's why
I know.
white people,
It's just the way that you say
that's
things.
why black people are also
sometimes.
scared of white people. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Native say you're scared of the unknown. But then you got to move past that and be like, all right, what's really going on here? You're like, no, it's just another human being, bro.
Yeah.
Look different, but it's not, and then you got to evolve. Is that Big Philly style? What's he doing?
Yeah. He was rushing somewhere.
Oh, he's going to the bathroom.
So there's and maybe we can
No,
finish.
all good.
Maybe we can finish on this. There was a clip I saw. So this is happening in Atlanta. Okay, there's a shooting.
Oh shit, I haven't been there in a while.
So cops show up, okay, to investigate what happened, whatever. So there's a bunch of
Yeah, they're very nosy.
there's a bunch of black people over there. I guess it's a black neighborhood. There's a
There's a
shooting,
bunch of
whatever.
black people over there. Atlanta, yes.
So
there are
anyway,
a bunch of black people.
No. So the cops
Fucking
arrive,
George, bro.
and there's a white cop that's part of the cops that come, and the people that may be fucking guilty, they cause this whole scene because they don't want the white cop investigating on a potential crime scene that's happened in Atlanta, and there's a video circulating. These guys going fucking apeshit on the guys, like, get the fuck out of here. The cop.
Great choice of
That-
words. Go on.
Yeah. I just want to say that. I just want to say that because
Carry on, George.
You're the best.
You're the
racist.
gift that keeps on
Yeah,
giving.
you're the best racist ever.
I'm not, well, it's racist to fucking kick out the white cop. First of all, 'cause
Oh,
imagine
that's racist.
no, but imagine 'cause the whole point of the tweet is that imagine if a black cop and
If white people
showed
were
up
like, we
in
don't
all-
want this black guy. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Imagine the fucking thing that would cause, right?
Yeah, obviously, it would be
No, I know.
insane.
It's
It's
just the way-
still crazy, but
And this
it's
poor
just-
white guy's doing his job. The white cop is doing his job. He's going there. He has like fucking 20 black people fucking threatening to kill him if he doesn't leave the crime scene.
But this is the kind of racism that I could accept because it's fucking hilarious. What don't you want him to do? Marry your daughter? Nah, I don't want him to investigate the crime scene. There's something hilarious. It's not as aggressive as like violent racism. So you're like, ooh, this. There's something funny about this debate. I think it's a little funny. Obviously, it's dumb, but there's something hilarious about it. I just don't want him to investigate. I don't want him in my neighborhood. I don't want him in my stores. I don't want him to investigate this crime. There's something
Well, look,
stupidly funny about it.
I kind of understand though too. I've seen a lot of videos where they plant evidence,
Oh yeah, I get it.
so I understand.
But the cops in general will do that. It's not because he's white. A black cop, if he wants to be an asshole, will plant evidence.
Yeah, that too.
Indian cops apparently are fucking bad too.
In India,
No, here in Park X.
that's it's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Everything all right there?
What?
What?
It's okay, Phil. We're just doing a live show here.
Yeah, it's fine. Phil.
Okay.
What's up?
Oh, don't worry about it. All right.
All right, are we ending this? Because I got to jump on a call. You're going to continue that stories
let's
without
go.
me.
We can end it.
All right, listen. Tonight, live from Stogie's third floor, the third floor comedy club, Crescent Street, Montreal, downtown Montreal. If you want to come buy tickets, links, the tickets are like $10. It's cheap. Come watch us live while we make other comedians uncomfortable.
What time is that at?
It's at 8:30 in the PM tonight. You better come there and take photos
try.
or there's going to
I'll
be trouble. And if you can't join us, watch it live on this very YouTube channel. Subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, and most importantly, head over to patreon.com/Pantelis. Support all our antics. They're trying to pass these bills here in Canada. I don't know how long we're going to be allowed to be on YouTube, but join us on Patreon. We can upload there directly. Hopefully, we'll have live there soon too. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Support things if you like things. Poseidon is online. I Am Poseidon is his website, www.IamPoseidon.com for all of his links. The man has a Twitter. The man has an Instagram. The man has a TikTok and a drinking problem. The man in front of me, George Jiggity Chandrizos, he's got a podcast called Just As Dads, and another one that he's promoting on his head called The Backstage Podcast. Join George with all his friends doing his backstage or his daddy antics online. Links are in the description. George Chandrizos, Backstage Podcast. Just As Dad's podcast. Many podcasts. Phil Balabanos joined us for a second. Balabanos.com. He can make a commercial for you. He's a filmmaker. If you need a film to be made or a commercial for your product, Phil can do it for you. Balabanos.com. Fucking links and drinks are in the description. Every Tuesday night at the Bordel, there's Bordel Comedy in English. It is not an open mic. We get actual comedians to come out. It's a very fun show. The best English show in Quebec happens at a French club. Deal with it, Anglos. That's the truth. Thank you guys for checking us out. Please, go fuck yourselves.